Welcome to No Fun Channel. I'm Felix, and I am still working out. It slowed down, mainly because I got burned out, but I'm picking it back up. This week, I went yesterday. I didn't get to today. I can't stay out the bathroom, which sucks because I was looking forward to going. But I'm going to hang in there. I'm going tomorrow, and Friday I'm off, so I'm going to go early Friday. And then I may try to go Saturday, actually, and work out. Because Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'm going to be out of town. Man, technically, I can still work out, just do body weight and work out. Do some push-ups, some sit-ups, run in place, stuff like that. But, all right, I can wait till I get back. It's just going to be Monday, Tuesday. I can work out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and go on Saturday. But, yeah, I took 2 weeks off, went back, and I feel good. I was shocked how much more weight I can lift. And I kind of broke up my upper body workout. Like, I still do chest every upper body workout, but now I do the back on Wednesdays, and I do arms on Monday, and then Friday I do all the above, like everything else. Well, I do them both on Friday, which seems to be working out for me. Although I have been thinking about going back to full body workout, but that took me a while to do. That's why I like doing it this way. But I still need to work on my diet. I know if I got my diet correct, I would have lost the weight by now. Obviously, I haven't got the diet right. But I'm working on it. So hopefully I'll get there soon. I think my biggest problem with my diet is my eating schedule. There we go. I couldn't think of the word. Basically my schedule. 'Cause I'm eating whenever. I need to sit down and make a schedule when I eat. Like, this time, eat. If I'm going to eat breakfast, I eat breakfast between this time and this time. Lunch between this time and this time. Dinner between this time and this time. And cut down on in-between meal snacks. Even if they're healthy snacks, just kind of cut back on them. Because even if you eat a bunch of veggies and stuff, that can come back to haunt you as well. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. I just realized my camera's crooked. Did something happen? Here we go. I don't know what happened. I just realized my camera was crooked. Let's see if I got something to stick on. Ooh. Knocking all my stuff over. I got an old charging plate I used to use for my phone I don't use anymore. Let's see if that makes a difference. Do I need a little higher? I might need a little higher. What if I stick this under there? I'm using a tea bag now. So a charging plate and a tea bag. And that should do it. I don't know what happened. That was weird. I need to get one of those newsstands where you can adjust the legs. I think my desk might be tilted. Hopefully I'm on the second floor. Hopefully this floor isn't about to fall through. I know I'm fat, but come on, man. But yeah, I got back into working out, and so far I like it. I cleaned up around my machine. I've been using it a little. I could go down and use it today. And I just got hit with the tired. I'm so tired. And I can't stay out the bathroom. I don't know. I'm thinking what I ate that keep me. I can't think of what I ate that would have messed with my stomach so bad. But yeah, I can't wait to lose this weight. But what I was thinking is, I was going to say is, the weights are getting lighter, so I'm definitely putting on muscle, but I'm not losing the fat, which sucks. I've been trying to up my cardio, so I'm going to have to do more cardio. Right now, I do 12 minutes on the treadmill. I haven't done the bikes and stuff like that. I tried to do bikes one time, and I wasn't comfortable doing the bikes. I couldn't get it adjusted right, and I was just like, yeah, forget it. So what I do on the treadmill is I raise and lower the incline, and towards the end, I'll take it all the way up to 15. No matter what level, even if I'm just on level 3, I'll take it all the way to 15 for the last minute. I've been trying to do 2 minutes now on incline 15. So that's what I've been doing. I try to do at least 1 minute, and I've been trying to go a little longer. My goal is to do all 12 minutes on incline 15. I would love to be able to do all 12 minutes on incline 15. That would be awesome. Problem is speed. I can walk at 2.3 for a while, but then I got to go down to 2. Then I take it back up to 2.3. Sometimes I'll try to push it to 2.5. I'll play around with the speed a little here and there. But yeah, I noticed last time I was able to keep it on 2.3 a lot longer, so that's good. But yeah, it's just, I just wish I could get this diet down and get this fat off. I may have to go on one of those strict meal plans temporarily or something. But I don't want it because that's temporary. And then what happens is you'll gain back double or triple your weight. So that's why I've been avoiding that. But I got to do something. I'm messing up my diet and it's causing the slow weight loss. So upside, I haven't gone back to 388. I've just been maintaining in the 360s. So yes, I got to do something to get this weight off and get down. And oh man, I just can't wait to get this weight off. I'm not getting surgery. I have no desire to get the surgery. I don't want to go through that. Surgery's not for me. But I'm hanging in there. I'll keep it going. Something I want to talk about was Quincy Jones and Tony Todd. They both passed away this month. Quincy Jones was earlier this month, and Tony Todd was, I think he was earlier this month. Both were kind of kept quiet. And they just got announced, but I think it's interesting how celebrities are doing that. Make sure stuff stays quiet, and so families can mourn in private stuff. If I was famous, that's something I'd probably do. It's just like, hey, when I die, don't tell anyone. Keep it quiet as long as possible. I'll just fade from the spotlight, and then when I pass away, maybe wait a week or two. Wait until after I'm buried, and then announce it. So don't even put it in a paper. Just wait until I'm dead and gone, buried, and then you guys can announce it. And I think more celebrities might start doing that because that seems to be the way to go. That way your family and friends can mourn in private and then, let the public know, hey, he or she's not around anymore. I didn't realize Quincy was 91. It's like, dang. And I think Tony Todd was in his 60s, maybe 64 or something like that. And, the actor for From, the lead actor, Harold, and I don't know how to say his last name, found out he's 61. I knew he was older. I thought he was like mid-50s, like Terrence Howard and them, but now he's 61, so it's like, oh, okay. So I think that's interesting how old, when you find out how old an actor is, it's like, wow, I didn't realize how old you are. And he's older than Don Cheadle. I thought him and Don Cheadle were actually closer in age. I think he's definitely aging better than Don Cheadle. But yeah, with Quincy Jones and Tony Todd, it was just like people. Now, Quincy wasn't surprised. He was 91 years old. Tony Todd, a lot of people were sad. But with Tony Todd, it was more a surprise because I don't think people thought he was sick. But they didn't say what he died of, or if they did, I didn't find it at the taping of this. But I was looking at his most recent pictures, and he didn't look too healthy. It's like, there are times when I've looked at celebrity pictures and stuff, I'm like, they're not long for this world. And then next thing you know, they pass away. But yeah, definitely Tony Todd, a great individual, great actor. He always put his all into whatever he was doing. So it's just like, now he's gone. It's like, wow. But, and people were talking about Candyman, greatest horror film ever made. I was never one of those people who was afraid to say Candyman, but yeah, it was just like when Quincy passed, that was to be expected. He was old. Tony Todd, I don't think anyone realized he was sick, and then he passed away. And another thing, and was it November? So Thanksgiving's coming up, and oh yeah, so. Couple weeks ago, we had a family gathering. I went to it. So now I can't say anything about the family forgetting about it. They actually went out of the way to... Technically, they didn't invite me. So I could play it that way. They invited my mom and said to pass it along to me. That's how I look at it. But yeah, it was just a nice little gathering. I think the cousins wanted to get everyone together one last time, at least. Because since my dad passed away, they seem to be wanting to get together more. And I think mortality has hit them, and realizing how much, realizing tomorrow's not guaranteed. So they want to do it more. They were talking about Thanksgiving. It's like, no. Because I've been to 2 social gatherings this year, and my social battery's tapped. I'm not a social person. So right now, I probably won't be doing Thanksgiving. Because we have our own little tradition. We just at home doing our own little thing. And we like it that way. And, and I don't have to worry about eating other people's macaroni. I don't like everybody's macaroni. Oh, that reminds me, at the gathering, there was chicken, and more chicken. And I think something that was beef. And my cousin's up there like, we got enough chicken? And I said, well, we are black. He's like, you didn't have to say it. But, yeah, so I did enjoy myself, but I still felt out of place. It was like I didn't belong there. And honestly, I've always felt that way with my family. It's just, I'm a different person than the way my family moves. And, I wish them bad. There's nothing against them, but I'm just not like the rest of them. And, like Kendrick Lamar, not one of them. It'd be more like I'm not one of them. But that's not to say they don't love me and I don't love them. But yeah, it's just, wish them the best. But my cousin told me doing this more. Even my sister was like, who's way more social than me, is like, I don't know. What's social? Being social. It's funny to hear my sister talk about being antisocial. It's like, girl, you're more social than me. I'm the antisocial one in this family. My mom and sister are like, I don't socialize. Like, then you go out and socialize. You can't talk about hating socialize and then you go out and socialize. I, on the other hand, say, I'm not socializing. Guess what? I don't socialize. So I think that's hilarious when they complain about being social. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some more things, getting together more, getting to know the younger generation. But I know it sounds mean, but it's not a top priority for me. But I'm trying. But I was talking about Thanksgiving's coming up, and we do our own little thing. So we'll see what happens. Maybe my wife will want to check it out. We don't have to stay the whole time. Just go check it out. Because we don't even know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing for Thanksgiving yet either. So there's that. But yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up fast. And that's what I was going to do. I'm going to try to clean my office because I have some stuff here that can go away. And cause I want to move the camera and to a better angle because I have I've talked about this before. I had 3 monitors, and the center monitor is here, and the monitor it's facing is there. So the outside monitor I have to turn this way. It's because I don't want to show the mess in my office. So I would keep talking about it. I was going to do it one day, and then that was the day I actually got sick. I think my body sabotages me sometimes too. It's like psychological warfare with my body. But one of the reasons I was thinking about that is because of Black Friday. Because I've been wanting to buy a new desk for a long, long time. My wife's had this desk since college. The desk I had was finally destroyed and gone. I kept it for a long time. I had it since I was in my 20s, and it finally got destroyed because I moved. Every time I moved, I took the desk with me. And finally, last time it just was not going back together because I was able to take it apart and put it back together. This time it was like, sorry, man, I'm done. And so I got rid of it. And we've had her desk for a while. I had to cut a spot out where the drawers were. I had to cut where the drawers were. Because the drawers were attached. There's 2 sides to it. And the one side I cut away the drawers and put my computer down there. And because I couldn't sit up on the desk. But I got sitting on a platform off the floor. Like I have something underneath it. So it's not sitting on the carpet and sucking up the stuff from the carpet. But, so yeah, I have that going on. And I looked at desk and it's like I just want a simple desk, but every desk was this and that. It's like, no, I just want, they all metal. They're all solid metal. I was like, they don't have to be metal. They don't have to be wood. They don't have to be all this, but I want it to be nice looking, and I want it to be something I'll be comfortable with. And I do want I wouldn't mind having a desk that I can stand up with. I did look into those. Those are expensive. Even if I got this tabletop to put on top, it's still expensive. The other thing was, it had a one desk I looked at had a thing for the computer to sit in. You put the computer in there and it sits there. But yeah, I just want to definitely need a new desk. Oh, I need a new chair. This chair is actually falling. I kept thinking I was shrinking, but the chair, if I sit in it, I can feel it with my legs, and my legs feel higher. But the chair is going down. The hydraulics have finally died in it. Had it for a long time. Had it for 5 years now. Consistently always use it. I use it all the time. It's the main desk in the computer. I can only get one chair in here. If I could get two in here, one for work, one for leisure, it'd be awesome. But there's not enough room. Even if it was completely vacant, still wouldn't be a lot of room in here. So there's that. But definitely need a new chair. What a transition from Thanksgiving to talking about furniture and cleaning my room. I have been thinking more about working, maybe looking for a new job. Because I don't think I'm going to move forward in this job that I'm at now. I don't think I have a chance of moving forward. I would like to move forward, but I don't think it's going to happen. I apply, and I can't even get an interview. It's just like, I think I'm just going to give up and maybe start looking for a new job. I might start that next year, get my resume together and start looking. But first, I think I want to practice interviewing. I might make a video of myself interviewing. And one of the things I'll work on is trying to avoid saying and things like that. I might use the podcast to do that, work on an interview. Maybe I'll make a video about interviewing and make it part of the podcast. Because one of the things I did with interviewing is first I practiced trying to articulate every single word and to speak clearly and precisely and in complete sentences. Like I just paused right there. I would work on that. I would rehearse what I want to say, but I would leave it open to where I can adjust it. And right there, I just said, So I practiced that too. Try to avoid saying, did again. So try to avoid making unnecessary noises, basically, with your body, with your mouth. Try to hold still. Try not to move too much. And not necessarily maintain 100% do not maintain 100% eye contact. Because that's just creepy. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to clear my throat. That's another thing. Make sure you have some water handy when you're doing an interview. Doesn't have to necessarily be water. It's best if it is water and not something else. Not something that can make your breath stink, or I had to take a drink there. Or not something that'll make you burp. You don't want to be burping during your interview. But man, I'm saying a lot. I have definitely got to practice that. I definitely got to practice. And the other thing also I practiced was figured out what they want. There's a thing called the STAR interview, but there's also something else you should take into consideration when you're doing your research for the job is look up the questions. Believe it or not, there are questions for that. You can get a basic understanding of what they're going to ask you. Look up more than one interview. There's a lot of those interviews are posted online. Look up more than one interview. I say minimum 5 different interview questions. Again, work on not saying Once in a while is fine, but try to avoid it altogether if you can. As for the questions, a minimum of 5 questions to practice. Now, let me rephrase that question part. A minimum of a set of 5 questions, what I should say. So, practice this STAR set of questions, practice this STAR set of questions, and this STAR set of questions, so on and so forth. Basically, you want to have enough answers ready to go, but you also want to practice to where it just feels natural. You don't want it to be too rehearsed. You want to be able to just answer the question. They ask you, what is the situation that you had to resolve without a supervisor stepping in that was difficult to resolve? And you need to be able to answer it like it's naturally. You just, oh, I had this situation. Maybe don't say, oh, well, there was this situation, and just go for it. And sometimes that exact same situation can be applied to other situations. So you could refer back to referring back to my previous situation. That also included that. But you could also, knowing that if they're asking that question, a lot of times when you practice these questions, it'll actually show you like follow-up questions to that'll be tagged along with it. So practice the follow-up questions to where you hit all those questions ahead of time. Because a lot of times they'll catch that and they'll be like, oh, when I answer these questions. And that's what gets you a second interview, is passing that. The first interview round is really, the best way to put it is like seeing if you study for the test. Yeah, go say it again. But yeah, it's really like seeing if you studied for the test. And they always say have questions ready to go and ask them. I don't agree with that, because sometimes there is no question you could ask that's going to give you an honest answer. That's an old school thing, and it's okay not to have questions. But there are still some people who think you should have questions, so at least have 3 questions. One, a lot of times they say, don't ask how much you want to make. Ask. And if they get uncomfortable with that, walk away. In this day and age, they should not be afraid to tell you how much the job pays. And if they give you a sliding scale, be leery. What was that? My phone buzzed. I wasn't expecting it. Be leery of the job. If they're two things. If they refuse to tell you how much, and if they give you a sliding scale of how much you can make, if they refuse to tell you, pretty much walk away. If they give you a sliding scale, you're going to have to fill it out. With that, I kind of would be, with the sliding scale, I'll kind of be like, I need a number. Is there any way you can give me a number? Because there's no point in continuing the interview if they're going to try to lowball you. And I even hate it more when they say they advertise $25 an hour. They're like, oh, but we can only give you 22. No. Job was advertised for 25. You're giving me 25 minimum. And then some places will try to hire you and then they're like, okay, well, we got to cut your pay. Nope. You're not touching my pay. Don't you touch my pay. We have a serious problem if you touch my money. And there are places like, so you got to be careful. So you got to fill it out. Do your research. Look up the company. Oh, that's another thing. Be careful of companies pretending to be other companies. That's a big thing. And I like to say it's a new big thing, but it's actually not. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't realize that's been around forever. Ever since companies have been around, there have been companies pretending to be other companies forever. And they do it mainly to get your information so they can steal your identity, and also so they can defraud the government and get away with people's money, basically. It's a scam. Another thing to watch out for is, what do they call it? Phantom jobs, jobs that aren't real. I don't get what's the point of that? It's stupid, because what that ends up doing, let's say, because there's a place, I can't remember what the name of the place was. They did that. They had phantom jobs. And like, oh, we'll keep your resume on file. Well, I tell you, a year or two down the line, they had trouble finding people, basically what it comes down to. Oh, my throat is dry now. I don't know if you can hear my chair creaking. It creaks so much now. I thought about, I didn't think about it. I should try oil on it and get some WD-40 and spray it and see what happens. See if it'll cut back on the squeaking noise. But yeah, it's amazing that these companies do that even still. Another thing that I always hear about is quiet quitting. It's like back in my day, it was called just doing the bare minimum. It was called doing what you were paid to do and nothing more. Like if they wanted more, they got to pay you more. So they still talk about how it's this new thing for Gen Z. It's like, no, it's not. Gen X was doing that long before they were born. Some of them, maybe not the older Gen Zs. But no, that's been around forever. I wouldn't even say during boomer times. It was some called it like a work slowdown or work stoppage, where everyone was just doing the bare minimum. And, of course, that pissed off the higher ups. We'll fire all of you. Go for it. No one will work here. Be careful if it's union, because the unions will shut you down. So, yeah, so that's not new. And so maybe I can focus on that. Because I'm wrapping up the sci-fi stuff. I may wrap it up sooner than later. Because I'm out of ideas for sci-fi. I want to do one more, and then I might call it quits, and I'll just say it on the thing. I was trying to get it to last to the end of the year. So, let me see the calendar. How many more would that be? I need one for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 7 more, counting this weekend. So it's like, I don't have any more shows. I got one more show I'm going to talk. I got one more show I'm going to talk about, but it's not really a remake. It's more a commentary on sci-fi and the style of sci-fi I'd like to see more of. But yeah, I got nothing. I think I literally talked about every sci-fi show I wanted to talk about. So maybe I'll go back and revisit some of them and talk some more about them. That'd be the only thing I can think of. But yeah, I'm out of ideas. I think I should start looking for someone to do the podcast with. Even if we just do a video podcast, like me here and them there, I need to find someone. Maybe I'll advertise on TikTok. See, anybody want to do a podcast with me? And explain to them that it's about nothing. And there's no money involved as of right now. It's just getting started. It'd be you can be a guest host with me or something. So maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll make a video and put it out to see if anyone wants to do a podcast about nothing. But yeah, it's just, it might be time for me to move on. So I've been there since 2018. 2018. So, but it was like the middle of 18. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 6 years. I know you're saying, oh, the 7th, but I was in the middle. So it was 6 years in August. It'll be 7 years in 2025 in August. So yeah, it's time for me to move on. Maybe I'll try one more time to apply for a bunch of positions, see what happens. Because one position I applied for, it took them forever to reject me. So I thought, oh, okay. Usually I get a rejection within a week. This time it was like a couple of weeks went by. But then something weird happened where I got added to some stuff for a job I applied for, and then I got rejected. It was like I got added to a email thing. No, I don't think I'll get those. They might have fixed that. I just realized I don't get those emails anymore. But I got added to a Teams share thing that I don't think I should be part of. And I got added to something else. I was like, I don't think I should be part of that stuff. And it was for a position I applied for. And I was like, I wonder if they were going to take me, and something popped up. They're like, nope, don't take Felix. I honestly, God, almost feel like I'm on a blacklist. Like I've been blacklisted somewhere. It's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I hate to do it, but I think I may have to find another job. The only downside is I don't want to find another job where I have to go in. I want to find a remote job. So I might find another job before I quit this one. Oh, something I've been avoiding talking about is the election. The election's over. It went the way I knew it was going to go. I'm not surprised. One bit. She lost. I've been seeing all these things. Why she lost? Why did Democrats lose? Why she lost? Why she lost? And they're dancing around it. She lost because she's a woman. She literally lost because she's a woman. This country is misogynist. There's a bunch of misogynists in charge. And there are people who and I'm not joking, found out that there were people who voted for Trump as a joke. And I was like, that's not funny. And yeah, so there were people who did it thinking it was like, I think it was more Gen Z. They did it as a joke. And it's like, it's not funny. It's not a funny joke. It's not a funny prank. And he's making moves like he's trying to be dictator for life. So, and nobody wants to, I don't get why everybody's afraid of him, first off. He has no power. You give him the power, take it away. But, yeah, if we're being honest, she didn't lose because she wasn't qualified. If she had been a man, even if she had been a black man, she actually maybe could have won. It was because she was a woman. This country doesn't want a woman in charge of it. Well, I wouldn't say the whole country. But there were more people worried, oh, it's a woman. Nah, I can't vote for her. Literally, that was their only reason for not voting for her, because she was a woman. Okay, let me rewind that. That was one of the two reasons they didn't vote for her. Her skin was a little too dark. But that's even to say, if she had been a white woman with these same qualifications, she would have lost. They do not want a white woman or a black woman or an Asian. They don't want a woman in power. And it scares the hell out of them. And I don't know why. It's like, you're that misogynist that you're terrified of a woman being in charge. And the truth is they are. And it's a sad situation. Do I think Trump's going to try to make himself dictator for life? Yes. Do I think Trump's going to try to pardon himself? Yes. Do I think Trump's going to try to make it so he can never be prosecuted for another crime ever again? Yes. I would not put it past him. Do I think the Republican Party is going to try and stop him? Maybe. Here's why I say that. I was joking with my mom and wife, talking about, is J.D. Vance really that stupid, or is he playing coy? Is he waiting for his moment to strike? Think of it this way. J.D. Vance is in there. If he's smart, which I'm going to be honest, he's probably not that smart to think of this. He could fight. He needs to round up the Republican Party, tell them, hey, this is how we get rid of Trump now. He can no longer run. We can get rid of him like this. If we get him declared incompetent, he can never, ever, ever, even if he removes the restrictions of running for president, he can't run for president because he's been declared incompetent. J.D. Vance takes over, and that is that. I kind of wonder if anyone's thought of that. You know, if I had my brain power in J.D. Vance's body, put it that way, because I don't want his brain apparently, I would do that. I'm not a political person, so I'll never be in a position of political power. But if I was, I would do that to Donald Trump so fast he wouldn't even see it coming. I would get paperwork ready to go. I have my people lined up. As soon as he got sworn in, boom, incompetent. Get him out of here. I wouldn't even wait a week. I get him declared incompetent. I would have him take a bunch of psychological tests. Let me just put it to you this way. No matter who he gets, even if he picks out his own psychiatrist to do the test, he will fail. Basically, there will be no way for him to pass it. Yes, it would be rigged, in case you missed that. He could pick anyone he wants. But, you can pick anyone you want to have you declared competent. And then I would pull that person aside and say, I don't care if you find him to be the most intelligent person on the planet. I don't care how competent you think he is, he better fail. And I will make sure they understand, because if he doesn't, you will vanish. I'll be like, you will vanish. I will make your entire family vanish. I will make it happen. He better not pass. And truth be told, I could never see him passing. But yeah, that's something that I would do, is just get him declared incompetent. I don't know if anyone else would try that, but yeah, he only won because she was a woman. If it had been if it had been a white man going against a white man, he would have lost. I think they thought now was a good time to try it. It seemed like a good time. She was doing good, but misogyny the misogynist party woke up and went, no. That was the only problem. Now, they were pointing out all these things and stuff, and they were trying to blame black men. It's like, according to these polls, black people were on her side. The rest of y'all were not. The rest of y'all voted for Trump. And I love the fallout from it. There were people talking about, my wife gave me divorce papers, my family cut me off, I canceled Thanksgiving. I mean, there's a whole slew of stuff going on. People like, nope, not talking to that family member ever again. And people like, you can't come here because of my political affiliation. It's like, first off, you did that. Secondly, yeah, we can. And third, we're doing it because you showed your true colors. So, yeah, I did it when the January 6th happened. All these people who still were supporting Trump, I was like, no, I'm good. Yeah, if you haven't figured it out, I'm not a Trump supporter. But yeah, the whole argument for not electing Hillary was, oh, she's going to be a convicted felon. She's this, she's on investigation. He's a convicted felon. So what's your excuse now? He's still the better candidate, blah, 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 blah. No, you're racist. You're misogynist. Get over it. All right. This is why I don't talk about politics. It gets me so flustered, so mad. And there used to be times you could talk about politics. And it wasn't that bad. And, you know, for the longest I always said, don't talk about politics or religion at work. Okay. And you could still talk about it. No big deal. There was a time when Democrats would vote Republican and when Republicans would vote for Democrats because they'd be like, oh, well, our candidate sucks. I'm voting for the Democrat. Our candidate sucks. I'm voting for the Republican. And it was okay. Everybody was cool with it. It was like, yeah, you're right. Our Democratic candidate, he was an idiot. We concede, you know. But now it's like voting for American Idol. They're not voting for him. Most of these people are not voting for him because they think he's a good president. They're voting for him because, like I said, there are people who think it's funny. There are people who are racist, and there are people who are misogynist. Those are the reasons they voted for him. And people try to say, his policy, his this, his that. It's like, you don't even know his policies because he doesn't have any. But, yeah, it's sad. Hopefully he doesn't become a dictator. God, if he becomes a dictator. I think my family on the run. I have to become a resistance leader and start taking people out. Oh my God. I would think I would snap and just like taking everybody out. Screw it. You get in my way, you're getting taken out. But yeah, politics. Well, on a more positive note, Denzel Washington dropped a hint that he's going to be in the new Black Panther, which I think will be awesome if he is. I would love to see him in there with Angela Bassett and Forrest Whitaker. I think that would have been awesome. And man, I am saying a lot. It just started happening again. But the reason I was talking about it, he also talked about he's going to do 5 more movies and then he's done. He's done with acting. I thought, that's awesome. Now, he's got it planned out, do 5 more movies. I wonder if he'll do some movies here and there, like, because a lot of people retire and then they still kind of do things here and there. A guest spot, or pop up here and there. Probably no leading roles or anything, just show up. Or maybe he'll do a passion project. You never know. But yeah, I wish I could be like, 5 more years and I'm retiring. No, I could never retire, I found out. I found that out 10 years ago. I could never retire. Too much debt. So, yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.